All right, this is One Last Midnight. Welcome back to another episode of Astroneer. In today's episode, we're continuing on with the creative update and understanding it and how to do it and what to do with it and so on and so forth. So we're going to look at what was normally the research catalog, but is now the creative catalog. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. Let's get into the creative catalog. So the creative catalog is, it's the same as any other catalog, the research catalog. So when you look at it, you'll see some new stuff, right? So there are a couple new tabs that are associated. You have the 4 basic tabs, but now you have the 3 additional tabs. Now there is something that is new to the backpack printer, and that are these terrain anchors and the plinths. So let's get into the terrain anchor and the plinths, and we'll just pump these guys out. Now you'll notice to create items, all I have to do is pick that item and hit the button. So the creative catalog is one way to print out items, and that's true for any item. Regardless of what printer it is, you can print out that item. Now you just saw me do it for the backpack printer, and I printed out these plinths and I printed out the terrain anchor. But you could also do that for the small, the medium, and the large printers, no problem. So if you wanted to, let me just get out of the way here really quick. If you wanted to get yourself a shuttle spooled up, you can grab a shuttle. I'm just gonna grab a small shuttle, put it off to the side over here. And then if I wanted to get a thruster, you can spool up a thruster. And now you have flight mode. Okay, so that's one way to get items inside of creative mode, is to use that creative catalog. We'll get into the new items in the creative catalog in 1 second. Another way to get items in creative mode are to use these plinths. Now, we created these plinths, and there's a plinth for each printer, right? So there's the medium printer. This is a resource print. They call it an ingredient plinth. And we have the backpack printer. Let's just put that down. We have the small printer over here. Put that down. We'll just put these in order. And then we have the large. Another way to get items in creative mode is to just drag these guys off. So you could see that I have, oxygenated for days. And this is a way to quickly get items into the world. There's another way you can do that. So each one of these plinths has every single item you could possibly think of, right? Every single printer is represented here, and you can print any item that you want to your heart's content. Doesn't really matter. Okay? Knock yourself out. Same with the ingredients. You want to put down ingredients for somebody. You want to maybe stage an environment. You can put down ingredients. There's canisters, hydrazine. There's full, there's not full. There's gases. There's scrap if you want scrap. There's all kinds of really good and cool stuff. Okay? Let's look at another way to duplicate items. So, for example, I wanted a bunch of floodlights. Another way to duplicate items is just to hit the enter key. And as you hit the enter key, it'll create an item for you, which is great. Now, there's a lot of power to this, right? And so with a lot of power comes responsibility. I'm sure it's very, very easy for you to kill your frame rate by creating, 4,000 floodlights. But hey, if you want to do it, knock yourself out. Now, what about all this garbage? I don't want this garbage anymore. How can I get rid of the garbage? Well, there's an easy way to get rid of it. So all you have to do is hold the item and hit your backspace key. And when you do, that item will go away from the world permanently. And so you can do that for all the things that you have here. And while you can't do multiples or groups of items, it's pretty quickly to get rid of, let's say all those floodlights that I created. It's not that hard. Definitely not that difficult. Lastly, and this is going to be a short video because it is, there's not a whole lot to go through, but let's go through the last couple tabs. So the last 3 tabs have to do with environmental and resources. So as you saw in the ingredient plinth, here are a lot of the ingredient items, right? Astronium, soil, compound resin, malachite, wolframite, so on and so forth. The refined items that you can find here, and chemistry lab items. atmosphere condensing items, and then we start getting into plants, right? And so you have the variation of plants. You do not have the harmful plants, though granted, you know, the leaf flash, the bounce vine, the wheeze, those are all kind of a little bit deadly, but not super deadly. So they have the mutated, you know, Attackus seeds. They don't have the regular Attackus seeds. Same with the, you know, the cataplant and yeah, the other ones, right? Which is, you know, it's a little bit unfortunate. I mean, the dagger root, again, that could be kind of deadly. And I guess, you know, well, if it's mutant, it's not going to be that deadly. So there are some items that are missing from the creative update. Now, I have had a conversation with Systemera, and I think there is going to be another creative update that they're looking at. It's possible that we'll see another creative update that adds other stuff, like these trees over here. And so those are missing. Now the other item is research related items, and so you can spool up research related items. Unfortunately, they don't give you all the research items. You do get the white research items, but you don't get the other environmental research items, which I thought was a little bit disappointing, because I would like to have seen, you know, some of the ones that you find on trees or some of the ones that you find in the cave system available to be planted, especially if I'm going to build some sort of scenario with that. Lastly, the last item is essentially just everything. They put a search on here, but there is no typable way to search anything in. You just have to go through it. But every single thing is in here, and it is just a laundry list of gook that goes on and on and on and on. But if you want to page through it that way, you can. So that's what the search one winds up doing. Well, I said this was going to be a quick video, and because it is a quick video. And so that was it for the research catalog. It's a nice way to spin up items, but there is a secondary way to spin up items with the plinth, especially in mass supply if you're going to wind up building something like a base or some other sort of scenario, and you need just a bunch of resources and stuff to spool up. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. All right, so that was my video on the creative catalog. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button. If you're not subscribers, think about subscribing. Got a great community here. If you want to follow me on any of my social media, you'll find the links in the description below. And if you want to know when I go live and post new videos, make sure you hit that notification bell. We'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.